Hey guys, this is Mark Rodriguez here, and you're watching another epic episode of TMNT Unpackaging. And yes, we've seen episodes where I talked about other different kinds of turtles, like for the 2003, the Magic movie, the Mirage Comics version, all that stuff. And last time we talked about, we had Slash in the 80s version compared to Slash in the Nickelodeon cartoon version that was released not too long ago. So now we're going to have a different theme. We're going to have 4 different kinds of April O'Neil. Yes, 4 times April. She's the most popular female character in the show or series, and she's usually the first human the turtles meet, and she's usually the one that helps them, like, I guess, relate to the real world. She goes to places where they can't and stuff like that, and depending on which version you're talking about, she has a different job. But of course, the most popular one is the original 80s news reporter version with the yellow jumpsuit that she fills quite well, as people used to think that, or people still think, that the 80s version of April is probably one of the top 10 most hottest animated women ever. But one bad thing about the action figures, though, is that usually the way her figures are made, or the legs are way too thin, or the feet are too small, they're very hard to stand. So let's see if these Aprils, let's see which one of these can stay standing. Literally, last woman standing. So let's check it out. First, we're going to start off, of course, with the original 80s April O'Neil. Not much to say about her. They just gave her this Ninja Turtles logo on her back. I guess you could, know, or something. And, yeah, it's the original. Well, it's not like the first one from back then. They re-released her sometime back. The Playmates released some of the 80s, like Turtles, Casey, Shredder, Foot Soldiers, and April. So I got her then. And we'll do some close-ups. We'll put some close-ups there in a bit. Okay, guys, we're going to start with the original April O'Neil. And yeah, it's April O'Neil here. One thing that's noticeable, well, 2 things noticeable, is that she has these weird blue stripes here that she does not have in the cartoon. I don't know why the toys always got to mess up and add an extra here or there. She got the Turtles logo in the back there. I guess if you lose a figure amongst all your other figures, you can remember, oh, she's that girl from the Turtles, yeah, And, yeah, she has one arm bent and one arm, like, out, I guess, holding the camera or something. I did lose her weapons and things. They might be somewhere. I don't know where they are, but I remember she had, like, a camera that was either a camera gun or a gun you can disguise as a camera. I don't remember that in the cartoon. And, well, she has basic articulation, just raising and lowering the arms just like that. Her legs are also, like, basic, just raise them and lower them, And, well, let's see if she stands. This time we're going to do a little different. We're going to combine the can she stand, and so far it seems to be standing just fine, which is okay because she doesn't really have that many positions you can put her in. And, no, so far she can stand. Next we have April from the Imagine movie, released in 2007, and yeah, what can we say about her? In this version, she's like this weird archaeologist or something that I guess learned martial arts skills in her free time, so she also knows martial arts skills that happens, off camera, whatever. And she's voiced by Sarah Michelle Gellar, which of course is known as Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And yeah, what can we say? This is April O'Neil, and she just looks weird because basically in the movie, all the humans were drawn very weird, very cartoonish proportions. It's like most of the focus was on the Turtles themselves and Splinter. Everyone else is just drawn weird. And yeah, let's see if she could stand. We'll put a close-up on her in a bit too. So now we're going to follow up with April from the 2007 movie, and here's the full 360 of her and everything, and she came with a sword here. I just keep it sheathed there because we're moving and everything. It's just easier to keep it, put away. She came with a weird baton thing too, but come on, she didn't have that in the movie, I hate how they always add extra junk. And she has this extra shield thing here. I'm not really sure. I think she had some kind of plating, but it didn't look as big and as bulky as this, so it kind of comes on and off. You could see that there. And I think she had another piece somewhere too. I'm not sure where it is. But can she stand? And this is going to be the annoying part. Where, oh god, yeah, she can't. Well, another thing, she can raise and lower her arms. Her arms can still twist here and there, like around, if you need them to. Her legs, they go up and down, but you can't bend the knees or anything. Her hips can still twist here and there, and of course her head moves. I mean, all that, it's obvious. But, yeah, this is her sword falling down. There you go, I guess. But, yeah, this is kind of annoying here. It's just hard to find some kind of way to make her stand and stay standing. I think she's going to be one of those ones I'm just going to lean up against the wall because she's just she's just not standing. And Karai, I also have a Karai figure that will eventually show off or something. She has the same problem. And I think also the foot soldier, because the foot soldiers in the movie were also drawn extremely skinny and weird looking. So it's like, of course, the figures have to follow suit. But, oh man, I mean, her legs are just so close together. It should have been a bit more spread. No pun intended. And her feet, well, what can you say? She has small feet, so she has to have them in the toy too. But it's just, I don't know. I don't know how to... It's just... God. I'll have to either leave her out of the case for the time being, put her back where I found her, or... This might work. But still... Yeah, still... Her feet are barely touching the ground. And I bet if you do something... she might stand, but she does look most likely to fall down for anything. So, that's kind of risky. Alright guys, now to show off the ones I'm actually opening up, because this is after all an unpackaging video. So let's start off with the new Teenage April O'Neil from the new Turtle series. Yes, in this version, if you have not seen it yet, she's a teenage girl, which is very different from any other version we've seen. Let's see what it says here. April O'Neil, loyal turtle ally from above the sewer. April O'Neil may not have been at school with her peers, but when it comes to the turtles, she's all about Team Green. April's and the turtles' link to the real world ever since she was thrown into their lives with the Krang kidnapped her genius father. Clever and independent, this gal's got guts to spare and a mind for mischief. Get ready, turtles. Splinter's even teaching her the ways of the ninja. So that's pretty cool. And, well, what can we say about April? A lot of stuff we can say about April. First of all, Splinter teaches her ninjutsu, so we actually get to see her training ninjutsu, you know, stuff like that. April is, like, they found out that she's related to the Krang somehow, and apparently her DNA is the perfect combination of DNA that the Krang need to rule the world and everything, so they're after her. And what else can we learn about April? Oh yeah, well, one big thing is that Donatello's a big crush on her, so last episodes with them center around Donnie and April. It's the whole kind of thing where he has a crush on her and either she doesn't know it or chooses to ignore it and stuff. And of course in season 2 it got more complicated because now we got Casey Jones, which of course from other series, other versions of the series, he's always been April's boyfriend. Now it's kind of like a back and forth, you know. And a lot of people are getting sick of it because, well, you know, they want to see Turtles per action, they don't want to see soap opera stuff. They want it to be kind of like, well, you know, just have her choose one or choose neither and just keep the series going. Or just have her choose Casey because usually he is the boyfriend of April anyway. Here we go. 1 second. But there she is. Teenage April O'Neil. And we'll show a close-up of her in a few seconds. Now we have the Teenage April. Here's April here, with her round head and everything. She has a number 5 on her shirt, because haha, the 5th turtle. And, you know, here's a quick 360 of her and everything. And, yeah, well, one thing about her, though, her legs are also kind of closed like that, but she does have big feet. They gave her these big-ass boots and everything. And let's see. So, oh, okay. So, this is new. Her arms can open like that, like helicopter style, I guess. And her legs, do they? Okay, her legs go up and down. Yeah, they go up and down. And okay, there's no hip motion or anything. The legs, oh, the legs can also kind of rotate here and there. So she does have a couple of options here in terms of how she can stand like that, but that'll make her look stupid. And that's pretty cool. And of course, one thing you notice about, oh yeah, look, she can stand just fine. She can stand just fine because, like I said, her legs are big, and you could kind of, I mean, her feet are big, and you could kind of like adjust her, you know, whatever position you want her to be in. And she has weapons and everything. Now, you gotta remember that this April, she came out in the first wave, like a little bit before the cartoon, or as the cartoon was just starting. So it took a while. She came with the usual weapons here. She got some kind of a baton thing here. There it is. She got some swords. She got, looks like, yeah, these are like those Vulcan swords that you train with. I think they're pronounced Vulcan, I don't know. And throwing stars. And I also noticed somewhere, oh, here it is. She has a bow staff and everything. And, but like I said before, in case you guys, like, you know, want to complain or something, just keep in mind, this was still made when the cartoon was starting. I do know that in later episodes, Splinter, there's actually an episode about Splinter trying to get her a weapon, and they decided at the end that to give her like a ninja fan, I think they call it a basho fan, something like that. So that was her final weapons. This was made before then. If this figure came out like somewhat later, or if they were make like a April variant or something, I'm sure they would have made her appear with her fan in some way. But yeah, there's April O'Neil there with her ponytail, and yeah, she's the first one that stands just fine. Yeah, well, yeah, because the '80s one, I'm still kind of iffy about her, but this one stands just fine. That's pretty cool. And finally, we got the other April O'Neil, and you guys are going to be saying hiss, boo. But this is April O'Neil from the movie, the live action movie. I wanted to at least buy the figures. That's what I wanted to do, at least the figures. And I tried to get the turtles, but I just couldn't. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Some of the designs, like Leonardo's design is probably one of the most badass ones if you have to compare, but the toy looked crappy, so no. I just bought April, and I bought Shredder, and of course I'll bring out Shredder later. Let me see here. There's no real description of April. It's just an overall movie. It says they were born in shadow, they live in shadow, and they fight in shadow. New York City, crime rates are on the rise. Innocent civilians tremble in fear. There's the force fighting back. Vigilantes among us ready to protect the city. Are they the heroes we expect them to be? Are they powerful enough to take down the masked warrior everyone fears? The Shredder? No. But anyways, let me open this up real quick. And of course, this is basically a brown-haired Megan Fox figure, you know? And maybe I kind of wish she had like other things. It would have been funny to compare this version of April with, I guess, Michaela, or whatever her name is, from Transformers, and Jennifer from Jennifer's Body and stuff like that. And look at that, even the figure, she's kind of swishing that hip to the side, you know, even that, even a little bit of extra sexyism there. And she has her weapons and things, and of course I'll do a close-up of her in just 1 second as I get her weapons out. So let's check them out. Last but not least, we got April O'Neil from the live-action movie, which basically looks like Megan Fox. You can see like, well, brown hair Megan Fox. You can kind of see a 360 here. And like I said before, she kind of has her hips kind of swayed to the side. That's kind of rare. I don't think I've seen many female figures that have that, female action figures. And yeah, her arms actually open in that same kind of open arm thing like the other April did. And of course, it can go back and forth. I'm not sure. I don't think, no, her hands don't twist or nothing. Oh, her hips also swivel. Interesting. Not much room though. The legs are up and down. They don't bend in the knee, but they do kind of twist that way. So it might help. It might give some options. She still looks a little bit iffy on standing. It's about like just the right, maybe like that. Let's see. Well, looks like she might stand, but just being a safe side, I'll probably still put her up against the wall there. And she came with this camera bag here, and you know, interesting to wear, I guess. You can make her sling it around her shoulder, kind of, sorta, maybe. Does her hair move? Maybe put it like that. Maybe the hair wasn't too in the way. I don't know. That's not how it's supposed to hang. Let's see if it can hang. Oh, this won't be. There you go. Now it's around her. I don't know if that'll help or hinder because it might add more weight now to like unbalance her or something. But there, maybe like that. There you go. That looks somewhat legit. Put that, can I go a little higher? Put it kind of under this bunch of hair and do it kind of like this, maybe. No, people don't wear bags that way. I don't know. Whatever. And she also came with a camera here, but there's really nothing to hold it or grip it on. There's nothing for her to really hold it with. I don't know. And finally, she came with a size. She came with 2 sizes, because I guess in the movie, there's supposed to be some kind of scene where Raph has a trench coat, and I guess she has her size. There's like photos of Megan Fox with size in her. Okay, obviously not this hand. Size in her boot. Like she had a size hidden in her boot or something. So I guess one of those idiot scenes that never made it and stuff like that. And Yeah, and the thing is, they even have a toy, an action figure of Raph in the trench coat. So that's like right there, the deleted scenes. But I guess she'll stand, but to be on the safe side, we'll put her with the others. But just a real quick comparison here while we're here. Here's the... Well, this is funny though, because they're both news reporters. This is news reporter April, the other news reporter April. We got Ninja April that absolutely cannot stand. A little bit of Coke promotion here. Help me out, Coke. There you go. And you got the Teenage April that is somehow just as tall as the 80s April. Well, to be fair, the 80s April is kind of hunched over, kind of crouched, and the Teenage April is kind of like, you know, standing straight. But still, there's no excuse. I mean, in the cartoon version, even if Teenage April stands straight up, I mean, she'll still be not as tall as the 80s April, but whatever. Anyways, you know, toys and their, you know, scale. But right away, you can tell off the bat, it looks weird. Megan Fox is the one that looks more like a real woman, like less cartoony detail, especially with the real big cartoony eyes that this April has and stuff like that. But it's interesting comparing them. And ironically, I never had the only April that does not wear yellow, which is the 2003 version, but oh well. And finally, let's take a quick look at how they look like in the display case here. As you can see, I got the Yellow Brigade here, if you want to call it that way. Ninja April from the 2007 movie, News Reporter 80s April, and Megan Fox 2014 movie April. And there they are. And as for the regular April, I got her here with the Turtles, because of course in this version of the show, she's a good fighter. Especially when you fight against like the more, I guess, common, weaker enemies like the foot soldiers, which are, well, they're always like that. They do have April in there, fighting around, kicking ass, making names like the rest of them. So we got all four Turtles alongside Metalhead and Slash, because of course, like I said, Slash became a good guy, and April. And if you notice, the other Cutesy Wootsy Turtles are gone because I gotta make room. They're down here. I didn't get rid of them. They're there, along with Piccolo and the Ghostbusters Ecto-1 and Paige's epic Back to the Future figures and other cool stuff. So anyways, guys, that's the end of this episode. Next episode, we're going to bring out some other characters and find some room here. But, yeah, stay tuned for next time.